Welcome back to
Welcome
another
back. It's been a
episode.
while.
It's been a
Yeah.
while. What's this? Episode 99.
Episode 99. Yeah, jeez.
We're getting there. One more
Two
and
episodes. Yeah.
yeah. What's yeah, quite a bit's happened. Obviously we're gonna recap the recent Sydney Ultra Marathon that we both just completed. But yeah, what's been happening, Dom? It's been a little while since the last episode.
Yeah. I feel like, yeah, it's just been a busy time of year. But running's been going all right. Like, I don't know, hanging in there. I feel like at the moment, the priority is just having fun with running rather than taking things too seriously. And even the race yesterday was probably more just about having a bit of fun. Um, yeah. What about you? How you been?
Yeah, I've been all right. I think still been doing like a pretty consistent training schedule. But obviously there's no there's no big goal to
Hmm.
to sort of aim for. So you're kind of a little bit in no man's land, but still been
Yeah.
ticking off sessions. Obviously we had City Surf, which I feel like was still pretty good, like pretty much the same time as what I did last year. So the fitness was still there. But yeah, you kind of are looking for the next. I'm kind of looking for the next thing, which I'm not sure what that's going to be. I think there was going to be like a half marathon in Canberra. I'm not sure if I mentioned, but got a 30th on that weekend. So because that was going to be in November ish, so that was something I was going to like. Okay, can
Have you
sort
done that
of
one before?
yeah, I've done that one before after Melbourne. Um, yeah, that was yeah, my PB was on that course before Hocker.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So, but yeah, obviously we had the race and now we're both just trying to recover from that. How are you feeling today?
Oh, like shattered. It's like someone's just smashed your legs with a baseball bat or something. Like, um,
Is this like
yeah.
up there in terms of one of the worst like DOMs you felt the next day?
Uh, I don't know. It's pretty normal with
Okay.
trail races, but it's pretty bad still. Um, yeah, but I feel like by like the end of the day, like now I'm feeling a lot better
Yeah.
compared to this morning, which is a good sign. And I don't think there's any like injury. It's just really sore.
What's what's beaten up the most? Beat everything?
My glute, like probably, I reckon. What about you?
Um, pretty much everything's pretty beaten up because like
Yeah.
I felt like I don't run like that normal. Like I haven't done many big trail runs in training or anything like that. I think I pulled up less sore for Gold Coast after day after Gold Coast. But yeah, pretty much like quads, calves are like super sore.
Really? My calves are probably pretty good, actually.
Yeah, I don't know. But I did get out to spectate the half marathon New South Wales half this morning, which was good. I feel like when I woke up this morning, I was very I just felt groggy and was like, "There's no way I'm getting out there." But I just got up, and once you get moving, I actually felt better than I thought in terms of like brain fog. You know how normally the next day you're just completely
Yeah,
cooked, but I felt like
true.
mentally I was okay, but my body was like, things are not working. Like the
Yeah.
walking is. I tried to not jog, but like you know how you just like say, "Oh, what would it feel like if I tried to shuffle?" And then, yeah, legs are cooked.
Yeah, fair
So.
point. I feel like, yeah, it's definitely just like a lot more muscular rather than kind of whole body fatigue.
Yeah. Maybe it'll hit us tomorrow. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
With Monday.
It's good that the race is on a Saturday too. I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like yesterday felt like Sunday, and then today was like a bonus.
Yep. Yeah. Um, what, how'd you go see surf?
Well, it's here to surf. Yeah, not amazing, but it was fine. I think I'm just not super fit at the moment. Haven't really been. I think I've done like 2 good weeks since Gold Coast, and the rest has all been kind of average.
Yeah.
So I didn't really have many expectations, and then because of that, like the day before, I went surfing and just like didn't really um, give the race enough credit. So I woke up in the morning, was feeling pretty tired, and I don't know, I'm full of excuses. And
It's
yeah,
fair
on
to
the way
say
there,
mentally you're not like you weren't like ready to, I don't know,
nah,
lay down,
like
lay it down.
yeah, it didn't feel like okay, like this is a race, like I'm ready to just absolutely rinse myself, kind of thing.
I was
And
fully expecting you to like not let me go.
yeah, I
Thought
don't
it was gonna be Goldie all over again.
know. Yeah, no, we were like lying in bed in the morning, because Beck ran it as well, and we were tossing up whether we would even do it or not.
Yeah.
Then we got up like last minute and went down to the bus stop, and then all the buses were full, so we almost just went, oh, sack it. Like, I guess we won't run City Surf, but someone at the bus stop said, oh, does anyone want to lift? I'll drive you guys in. And that was really fortunate. We just jumped in with them and got to the start line pretty quickly, and yeah, wasn't hanging around at the start line too long. I think we had like 5 minutes maybe, and then got going. Yeah, but the race was okay. Like I ran with you. I was like just off the back of you for the first maybe 5Ks or to Heartbreak Hill pretty much. And then from then on, I was just going backwards.
Yeah.
um, yeah, and ended up, I think, like 49.05.
Yep.
No, 49.30 or something like that, which is okay. I think it's like the second best CGSF time I've run, although I haven't run CGSF that much.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, and I think sub 50 CGSF is kind of like ticking a box. So it's reasonable, but it's not like great.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I'd give myself like a C minus, like it's
Okay.
just a pass.
What about okay? I was gonna say out of 10, 5.5.
Yeah, 5.1.
Nice. Good, good.
Yeah,
But there's not, yeah, you gotta really be in the rhythm. Like I think
true.
um yeah, I think I still kept like once I recovered from Gold Coast, I think I just kept like the session rhythm. I don't think I really stopped
Mm.
um because I remember you've run some of your best in the past post Mara.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Like
So
if you can keep that rhythm going, then yeah, you can use that fitness. But
mm,
yeah, I don't know. I think it's kind of tricky, like because my routine had kind of been thrown around with like moving houses and all that sort of stuff in the lead up into the marathon, and I felt like I never kind of found a good running routine. And it was kind of lucky that the taper for that was the last 4 weeks when we were moving, and you didn't really need to be running that much. But since then, probably still kind of just haven't nailed that routine yet. But it'll get there.
no, you got plenty of time, mate. Plenty of
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
But you're right next to Centennial Park, so
True. I think coming to the summer, it's going to be awesome.
yeah. Um, anything else that happened running wise?
What else running wise?
Probably
Yeah, so
not.
the week at the moment is kind of like it's just a bit too much. Like not giving myself enough time to recover really because you do like Monday something chill, Tuesday with Turbo, then Wednesday morning with Bestie, and I think like doing like Tuesday night, Wednesday morning is just kind of cooking me, and that's stuffing up the whole week a bit.
Right,
Um,
okay.
but I enjoy both those sessions, like running Turbo and then running with mates is good fun. Um, so yeah, not too fast at the moment. And then
Mm,
yeah, the rest of the week is just pretty chill, and then a long run on a Sunday.
yep. Uh,
Yeah. What about you?
that's fair.
The
Yeah,
the schedule looking like?
schedule's just pretty much the same.
Mm.
Except schedule's the same, like Delta Tuesday. Um,
Gym?
uh, gym back on a Tuesday now.
Okay.
I hit a deadlift PB, 80 kilos, which I was
Nice.
happy with.
Yeah, yeah.
I did, I think, like 70 by 10. 70 by 10 and then like 80 by 8 reps.
Oh, yeah, right. So that's
Yeah.
not even the 1 rep max.
No.
Yeah.
That like I did that on the last set. So that's what I'm
Yeah.
working my way
Oh,
up
that's
to. I
great.
feel like, yeah, so that was I think the
That's
third
pretty
week.
solid, isn't it?
Yeah. And I'm feeling like I mean I was super sore after that one, but I've been like slowly building up to it and uh what was the yeah,
That's a
just feel
big
like
improvement though, like because in the past you were doing like
50, 60 maybe.
yeah, right, okay.
60 was feeling like when I started, 60 was feeling like 80 is now, which is good. So I feel like I should carry that into training moving forward. I know I always talk about gym and I've been on and off, but it's it's gonna start paying off. And definitely like I feel after that more confident in my in my hamstrings and glutes and stuff like that. Because actually I've been having like ITB, not like bad, but I've definitely felt it. It's like a 1 out of 2, 1 or 2 out of 10 sort of thing, and it's just there. Like it's at the, I think, yeah, a little bit after doing heels, it's sort of I could feel it,
Mhm.
but it's not too bad. It's just because I know Nick Zenos has had like it pretty bad, and I asked where it was because I haven't had ITB problems before, and yeah, it's similar areas, but he's had it quite a lot worse. I know Otto as well has had similar sort of issues, so I'm just watching that. But I think if I just keep hitting gym, then I should just offset it, and it doesn't really affect, right? You can just feel it more than anything. It doesn't affect my form or anything. So yeah, just watch that. Um, and yeah, it's just yeah, been normal routine. I just obviously haven't been doing big long runs, I think. And then looking probably after this, I'll be taking a week off maybe. It's probably right to take a week off. And then look for the next race. Any trail races coming up, Dom?
Uh, I
Nothing.
don't know. Yeah, nothing too much. Um, yeah, nothing off the top of my
No.
head.
Yeah, okay. All good. Uh I was thinking we could do tarot. Anyway, we'll get to that later. We'll get to that later. Let's all right, Sydney Ultra Marathon. We
In the
did
ultra marathon,
we did the 50K.
we did.
I was doing I was locked in to do the 30K. I was like, all right, let's do it. Alex is like, G me up to do the 30K. I got to the Delta session the Tuesday before and was like talking to Alex about it, like keen. Thanks for like pushing me into it, sort of thing. And then he's like flips around and be like, you should do the 50. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, I'm not doing the 50. And he's like, no, be good, be good. Yeah, be good. You run with Dom. I can't even remember what he said, but like by the time we walked out, I was with Alex and Lockie, and yeah, I'd message him being like, oh yeah, I'll do the 50K.
Jeez,
um
that's crazy. So you went from not running it at all to doing the 50K
yep.
after one session.
Actually, yeah, when did I commit to do the 30? Can't remember. I think it was that I don't know. Anyway, great salesman, Alex. Keep it up, mate. It's good. But yeah, so what was your expectation and stuff going into the 50, Dom?
I think I knew I wasn't super fit. So I thought if I try and go out really hard and cook everyone, maybe everyone will die and then
Was that
we'll
your
just all
actual rationale? Because I mean, it makes
little
sense. You didn't tell me about that one. Obviously, you wouldn't tell me about that one.
Yeah, kind of. I was kind of thinking that, like, oh, like, what's the best way to do this? The smartest thing to do probably would have just been to run to my ability. But I don't know. And I knew the first part of the course was pretty runnable. So I was like, okay, like, let's have a go and make the most of this and then just worry about the rest of it later.
What do you mean though? Like the back part's gonna be the hardest part.
Yeah, I didn't do any recon on the back part, so I didn't really know what we are in for. 100%. I've run bits of that before, but I thought it was going to be a lot easier than it was. um, but yeah, I don't know. The plan was just to go out hard and run the fast bits fast. Like that's my forte. Is, the flatter stuff, I guess. So, and I knew maybe I could keep up with the guys on the flatter stuff or be a bit better than them. So that was kind of the plan. But yeah, on the hills and on the technical stuff, I didn't think I'd have as much of a chance.
Yeah, well, you went out and I was like, this can't be normal, like 50K pace. Surely it's not because I don't know what the first K was,
Probably,
like 3:30 or something.
yeah, probably something like that. It was probably
I
like
was
a
like, no.
half marathon kind of effort. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, ended up paying for it,
yeah.
but
And
almost paid
then
off. I got to 40K and was still going all right. So it wasn't a bad call from me. It was just a very slow 10K to finish.
um yeah, so who we have? We had um
So it's
Joe.
me and Joe McGrath
Yep,
up the front for the first, what, 20K?
yep.
Then Joe kind of pulled ahead. You and me were running together. You had to take a little pit stop. And then we kind of like, everyone was kind of like broken up after that. And that was about, I don't know, 25K. Everyone's doing their own thing from then on. But I think Joe was only like a minute ahead of me or so up until probably 30 odd K. Then around like 35K, I started to get pretty tired and was just like, I don't know, cramping and not feeling it. And then, yeah, this guy, Ollie Roos, he passed me on the downhill about 2K so about 38K in. Then kept on shuffling along, got to the aid station. And Smitty was at the aid station as well. He had caught up to me then too. And after that, I was really going backwards. So I pretty much walked it in.
You would not look when I saw you at the aid station, I was like, okay, am I gonna be a good person here and be like, Dom, come on, let's go.
Yeah,
Did I do that, Dom? Or
not at all. You were all just game face. Like, yeah, I was kind of chilling out. Like, oh, Smitty first trail marathon. Like, see how he's going. But no, Smitty was just, yeah, wanted to finger bang me again. But he was in and out of that aid station pretty quick. Yeah.
I was like frantic, like what do we got? What do we got? Only because like, you want gummies? What do you want? I was like, I don't know what I want. I just wanted to get out of there. I filled up the electrolytes or yeah, and I was out of there. Anyway, this is your recap.
Yeah. Well then, yeah, it was pretty much the race was over. Once I got to 40K, like I was absolutely gone. And I probably should have just pulled out then. But I kept on going because everyone's like, oh, come on, Dom, you got to finish it. Even though like I didn't have any desire to finish it or anything. I'm just finishing it because like that's what you do. I don't know. But yeah, then going along the river there, like I couldn't run anymore. I was just like exhausted. So yeah, it's kind of like walk running. I got passed by a couple more people. And then yeah, I got to like 2Ks and we still hadn't climbed the hill. And I'm like, my watch only had like, I don't know, 1,100 meters and the race is 1,500 or something. And I'm like, hang on, like, when are we going to make up the rest of this elevation? Like, I'm like, fuck, should I just turn around and go back to the aid station? But yeah, finally we got back to the stairs and climbed up the stairs and
How tough was
finished.
that?
I thought a lot more people were going to pass me, to be honest. Was surprised that, yeah, I ended up finishing, I think, sixth, which is not doesn't sound that bad. um, so we'll just run with that. Like I came sixth.
What
Yeah,
was the time? What was the time?
it was 5 hours and 3 minutes.
Ah, okay.
But,
Nah, good. I mean, good effort for like at 40K. If you were like thinking about pulling out, you still stuck through and pushed
yeah,
forward. So that's
but
good.
like I didn't have that mental grittiness. Like, oh, like I'm going to finish this. Like I don't know. I just finished it because like I don't know. I have to get back there somehow. Yeah. I don't know.
Inspiring.
Yeah. What about yeah? How was your race though? Your first ever trail race. It was good vibes though. Like
It was good vibes. I loved
yeah,
it. We were
really
we were
cool.
having a good we were having a good time on the start line there, taking photos. We did a bit of an interview.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, Um,
We almost started in the
the
wrong race.
30K.
Yeah.
We got some looks about that. Also, I was so thrown off by the things you had to step on, like as you what did you say they were for, Dom?
Uh, if you read the race booklet, you would have seen
That
that
sounded like a dig, but anyway.
no, apparently it was because we were running in like two different national parks. I think
Right,
like
okay.
one in one of the parks, there's some sort of disease on the trees, like root rot or something.
Okay.
So I think it was like disinfectant to prevent the spread of that disease into the other national park.
Right, okay. Um yeah, I mean it was good. I honestly had no idea what to expect. I kind of like Alex was kind enough to send a walkthrough, like a bit of a walkthrough of the course. Like he did a bit of a Zoom. And I was like, but I don't know. Every time he said technical, I was stressing. I didn't know how I was I didn't know how I was gonna go through any because in the walkthrough I saw like you know how you had to like it was full you full had to like go through rocks and stuff like that and I was like this is gonna be like really quite sketchy and I thought the people would be somewhat as slow through there. I'll get to I'll get to when those guys got to the technical sections, but I guess at the beginning, yeah, I didn't know what pace we were going to go out. I definitely thought it was going to be a lot more chill than the pace you took us out at. So thanks for that, Dom.
Before the race, I was saying like, "Oh, don't worry, Smitty. Like,
Yeah.
just with me, and you'll be all right."
You look, I just want to have fun out there. Like there was no chat of I'm gonna try and break you guys. You didn't reveal that. Um, but yeah, well, I guess my plan, given I'd never done anything like that, was to be like, okay, I'm somewhat fit. I've just done Gold Coast Marathon. I should have a decent aerobic base there. I just ran City to Surf at like in a time I was happy with, so the fitness should be okay. Let me just see how long I can stay with Dom and Joey and see, yeah, just that, and obviously use you guys as a guide for as long as I can. I was stressing as well about like getting lost on course. Um, I know, yeah, because yeah, I was talking to Alex about it. He's like, no, you'll trust me, you'll be fine. But
Yeah, it
obviously
was
not do
really well
Mark,
marked.
it was
Yeah,
like it was actually really well. You just look out for
the
for the
big things.
pink things,
Yeah,
and then obviously when you're on the trail, like it was marked out. It worked out really well. But
yeah,
I think after getting lost at Wildflower Park Run once upon a time, that kind of worried me about getting through a 50K trail race. Um, but yeah, the first section was quick. It was um it was quite like it was obviously quite undulating. I will say you run so hard downhill. Like it's really hard to run that fast downhill, especially because it's quite rocky. It's quite like it's not crazy, but you still have to really be careful, especially because I was in Vaporflies as
oh,
well. But yeah, the first First sections were pretty good until about 20K, I think. When did
Like
we
when Joey
or
dropped
20?
us, or
Yeah, when did Joey drop us?
I think that was, yeah, about 20Ks. Just
20 or
after
20.
coming back over Bear Creek and heading back up to
Yeah,
the
what was the
running.
point where remember how Lauren was there at was that about 25K?
Yeah, it must have
Yeah.
been 25-ish. Yeah.
Yes, that was probably about 25. I would say I was not too far behind you at that point, and I was still feeling pretty good. Obviously, had my pit stop anyway. And then yeah, I was obviously if it was going to still be non-technical, I think I could have done a little bit better. But then when did it start? When did we have to like when did we head out on the trail
You go
on the
down and
single
you do,
track?
there's like a little single track loop,
Yep.
but it wasn't that hard. It was
No,
just,
that was like the 2K. It was like a loop, yeah.
yeah, it was pretty technical, but it was like it wasn't hilly or anything, and it was all just single track, so it was like fine. Like there wasn't anything to disrupt your rhythm too much as long as you knew where you were going.
I think I still was in hindsight pretty slow. Like I slowed down heaps. Like I just did not have the confidence to like push hard through. I wonder how much time because I must have started losing second no, the guy in where was I there? The guy in fourth place like was nowhere to be seen. And then all of a sudden, like I must have lost so much time. I went through that single track technical, and then when did we start like going like downhill
Hmm.
on stairs and stuff like that?
Yeah, so
Uh,
that was like shortly after that.
yeah,
Um, yeah, you go back onto like the fire trail. So I think that bit's called like the Dari track,
right.
that little loop, and then you go down on that fire trail and hit the stairs. I think they're called like the Sphinx stairs, possibly.
Okay.
Um,
Is that the real like? It's like almost like a wall, and you got to like,
yeah,
yeah,
and then
okay,
because we had to come back up that at the end,
yeah.
I think.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So I was going down there. As soon as I hit the stairs, and it was sketchy. Like, and then, um, what was his name again, Dom? The guy that came second,
Ollie.
Ollie. Um, he all of a sudden, yeah, until that point, I'd never really had experience with a trail like someone that's practiced on the trails and that's a good trail runner. Like seeing how they go down technical stuff. I just heard something behind me. I looked back and I was like, is that the guy that like we were? Is he really caught me? And then he literally just
It's pretty
caught
crazy
he
because
caught
we
up
had,
so quickly and then like he pretty I was like I just moved aside and was like go through mate and he pretty much like giggled and just kept going and then he I didn't see him that was it but it
we
like
had
the
such a big lead
confidence
on everyone.
yeah
Like after the 20K, there was a lot of space between us and the next person.
that's what
I
I
thought like,
mean
okay, like that's the race over. It's just going to be 1, 2, 3, Joe
that's what I
McGrath,
thought
me and Smitty. Like we're laughing, but
and then
nah.
I was like starting to get like not I was starting to get not shitty I don't know because I was like this is gonna be a disaster now and then because you were still ahead I was like Dom must be so far ahead I was already like there goes third position oh. And then got down to like Bob and Head and then you know how we were talking about how I'm not a good friend and I kind of just had game face on and ran that's because I was like I'm in third place.
Oh yeah, that's good. I was kind of hoping that you'd get third.
Dom, I was already thinking about how I was going to spend my $500. And then Karma got me because, but when I came to the aid station, like, although I was really slow down those sections, when I
Mm.
got down there, I started running. I saw Jess was there directing,
Yeah, yeah.
and yeah, and then like I went down to the aid station. I was feeling okay. Like I still had energy. Um, my legs were okay. Like I was still able to run probably like, I don't know, like 430 pace on or 430 pace on the flat. So I wasn't like completely bonked.
Mm.
But then I got back up on the track, the
Yeah.
single
That bit along
track.
the river, I was like,
Oh, that was so tough.
I hated that. Yeah.
Mate, the Vaporflies got an absolute beating. They were like
Yeah.
going through mud. Um,
I just felt that like there was like no rhythm to it because
yeah,
it was like little kind of rocky climbs. Um, and it just like killed you. You kind of like have to second guess where you're putting your foot and stuff like that.
yeah, and it was like slip. I was worried about slipping and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I got humbled number two with the Kiwi that
Oh, yeah.
um taught
Uh,
me. And what was his
Blake
name? He was a really nice guy as
Blake
well.
Skamansky.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Um, he flew over just for the race as well,
Yeah,
which
that's
was
great.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now he's got $500 to pay for his flights and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, I think it was about because his watch died and he came up behind and I was like, no, come on, surely not. Um, and then yeah, he asked like how far in the race it was, and I think it was about 41 Ks in at that point. So yeah, he passed me. Then I was probably another like 2 or 3 Ks, and I started to struggle. Especially as we went back uphill, I was like, I don't know how like this is getting really hard. Like, how'd you go up all the? It's not even doesn't even feel runnable. That like I was pretty much just power walking so
Yeah.
much.
A lot of those
Up
hills are so steep. Yeah.
and then you had all the stairs and stuff like that. I think going
Mm.
up a lot of the stairs on that last climb, my heart rate was like 180, like threshold, and I was just like pushing, like bobbing around, just trying to push to get up the stairs, and it felt like a threshold 2K rep in terms of intensity going up the stairs. Um, and then. Yeah, when did we sort of get out of it? I think it was like 46
Back at the aid
k
station. Yeah, yeah.
ish. And then by the time we got up onto the Wildflower Park Run section, I was so over it. But I was like counting down. I kept lapping. I lapped like with 2K to go and um was completely like even on the flat, like I think I was really struggling to run like 6 minute pace. So but yeah, once I was getting closer and closer and closer, I was like starting to get real happy that I was like, oh, okay, I think I'm actually gonna I'm actually gonna finish the race because it was pretty it was pretty damn tough.
Yeah, it was really
Especially like when you have to do that much climbing at the end when you're already starting to because like if I was okay at 40-ish K, but then started really bonking not a few Ks later, like to then like the climb was so grim. Um, but um, and also like I wasn't really eating, I wasn't really having the gels at that point, but I started having a lot of the electrolyte drink, and it was giving like a bit of cramping because it was like I was drinking a lot of fluids,
Mhm.
because it was hot as well.
Yeah, it start to get a little bit hot.
Yeah, but then yeah, got around to last few hundred to go, and I started moving a little bit faster. Tried to sprint the last 100 meters, and then yeah, came in at fourth place. What was it? 4:37.
Yep, 437.
And yeah, I was stoked. It was great.
Mm.
Overall, it was very fun. That last section was very tough, very tough. But I look back today and like that was a good experience. Like I did enjoy that, and it leaves a lot more to be like, okay, if I ever want to try to do that again, we got like there's a lot you can improve on.
Yeah.
Um, Probably like doing 3 or 4 big trail runs in the lead up to it would be good. But yeah, I was happy with that.
Yeah. Glad to hear you enjoyed it. Like, pretty impressive first ever trail race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd you go
Especially
with what's that?
especially doing it the way you did, like going out crazy hot and then still hanging on and finishing. It's like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
well done.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate that. How'd you go with nutrition?
Not great. Like I think it's same to see to see to surf. Like I just went in with not a great attitude. And like I've got this powder of Tailwind at home. And I just want to get through it, but it's like a green tea caffeinated flavor. So
Of Tailwind.
yeah, so and I don't have any gels at the moment, so I just ran with that and filled up. Um, like too much. I put like 8 scoops of Tailwind into my flasks, but it's like caffeinated as well, so it's like a lot of caffeine.
Wait. 8 scoops in two?
In like two ish, and then there's like a little one as well.
How
Um,
much are you meant to do? How much are you normally meant to do in one of those flasks? Like,
uh, well, so it was 8 scoops between the three, so there was like I don't know what's that, pretty much 3 scoops in each. Um,
yeah, okay.
yeah, which I feel like that's good. It's good to have a bit of a stronger one. Otherwise, it
Yeah.
feels like you're just drinking water and not getting any carbs in.
Yeah.
Uh,
That is a lot of caffeine though. I wonder
yeah,
how
it's too much
much
caffeine. It's too much caffeine.
I wonder how much caffeine was in one scoop.
Yeah, I think it's like 30 milligrams or something. So
Okay.
yeah, it's not too bad, I guess. Like each one would probably be the equivalent of like, so it's probably altogether like 3 coffees, which is
Okay.
not too bad, but it's probably, yeah, I think it's too much for me.
Yeah.
And then because yeah, I was just relying on that. Um, yeah, like I didn't have any gels or anything else as backup. So yeah, not enough nutrition because one of my bottles in my pack like split open and spilled all down my legs, like
Oof.
probably like I don't know 6Ks into the race. I thought like I just went through a puddle, and then I was like, oh, this is a bit sticky. I think it's that my bottle's leaking. um, but yeah, so that was kind of annoying as well. So I'm like, oh shit, like now I've only got um, 2 bottles to deal with.
How
So
did it split? Just
I don't know, or maybe the lid came loose or something. But yeah, and then I thought at the aid stations, yeah, the bars or they'd have like gels or something else that was a bit more edible. But
yeah.
I picked up some bars at the first aid station and took like a bite of it and was like trying to chew it while I was running. I'm like, okay, this isn't going to work.
What were those little cube thingies?
They were just chopped up bars.
Oh, they were chopped up bars. They were so hard to eat. I took some
Yeah,
at the Bob and Head.
yeah. I
Um,
took like at the third aid station. I was like, okay, this is nutrition. This is my plan. I'm eating the aid station nutrition. So I picked up the bars and was like, okay, like this is going to be great. Like we're going to kill it. Put it in my mouth and was like, this is like nuts and chocolate. This is not what you want when you're running quick. Um, but that's all right. Uh, yeah. So nutrition, like the whole thing was just a chamois. Like I was not prepared at all. Like I wasn't fit. I had a terrible nutrition strategy, and then I had a terrible race strategy. Like I don't know, it was pretty poor performance from me, really.
so fed up. Love how you just when you start going on rants about your like to yourself. It's all right, Dom. It's all good.
Yeah.
Um, have you had any your other some of your other trail races? Have you had anyone that where you sort of nailed nutrition?
Yeah, well, pretty much everyone in the past. Like I've got a strategy that I know that works, like
Yeah.
Morton gels and Tailwind that's not caffeinated. um,
This sounds like a you unprepared problem.
yeah, 100%. Like I don't know. I think I was just being too much of a stinge. Like sometimes if you're going to do a race like this, you got to take it seriously, and you have to fork out a bit of money for nutrition. You can't just I don't know, scrounge around whatever you've got at home and try and make it work.
No, that's fair. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh well, good learning.
Good learning, good learning. Yeah, I had what did I have? Morton. But then Morton gels, yeah. But then I still found I was like, oh, if the intensity is going to be a little bit lower than the marathon, like, will I still? Oh, I should be able to have gels. That was very naive mentality because last thing I think that on by the third gel, I was like really just like trying to get it down, trying to get it down. I was like, there's no way I can have another one.
But it is
Um,
a bit easier to get them down. Like,
it is, yeah.
yeah.
You could kind of just hold it for like 5 minutes and just keep like getting little bits down.
Hmm.
Which is I should have just committed to like, I don't know, in your head before you're like, okay, no matter what, I'm just gonna get these gels in. Then three gels go in and you start suffering and you're like, oh no, forget about that. Like, so, but next time I reckon, I had the electrolytes, but what I'd probably want to do is get the Morton drink mix and like make a strong mix and rely a little bit more on the carb drink because I think you can get
Hmm.
it's quite it's quite dense when you get one of those big sort of packets. Like there's a lot. I wonder what a 500 ml flask of like the Morton mix, how much that would be equivalent to gels. I think for a
Hmm.
trail race that might work better for me. But if we were
Yeah.
going to do another one, probably practice with it.
Yeah. I think like a bit of both. Like the drink is a really good way to get the nutrition
Mm.
in, but I think you still do need gels
Yep.
um as like a little topper upper.
Yeah. Even in the early stages, Joey was talking about his like that's something he's got to get better at and struggles with getting gels down. But I think he only got three in. I can't remember. Um, yeah, but um, yeah. What else, Dom? What else?
Um, yeah. So on the podium, ended up like Joe McGrath
Yep.
won the race. He went out hot with us and then managed to hold on and run the whole thing. He ran
411 was it?
4:11, which
Yep.
is like super
Awesome.
impressive, and especially the way he did it. Like he could probably run a bit faster if he paced it properly.
Yeah, and I think he's trained because he's been having on and off injury, like just trying to get his body right, he was saying.
Yeah,
So
right.
yeah, super impressive.
Yeah, he's had a pretty good year. He came third at UTA.
Yep.
Then he won that Jabulani like a couple of weeks ago, and now he's won this. Like,
Awesome.
yeah, really good from him. Then second was Ollie Roos, who's like I think he's a younger guy, like 23 or something.
Mm.
He ran 4:20, which is pretty solid as well. And he looks like he's really good at the trails, like just built for it.
Yeah. He's moving so fast when he passed me.
Yeah, but I think he could be like one to watch. Like he's still pretty young and
Yeah.
um, he's putting out some impressive times. Like he's right up there with Joey, not too far off him really. He ran 4:20. Then in third was Blake Schmansky from New Zealand. Don't know too much about him, but
I was
yeah,
having a
obviously,
chat with him. He said he's only been doing trail running for about a year.
yeah, right.
And like I don't think he had a massive running background as well. So that's super impressive. He was very strong when he passed me. He was moving very well through the trails. But I think what he said was he ramped it up. He ramped it up in the back half. So he probably stuck to his race strategy. And then yeah, which is quite wise, Dominic. Quite
Yeah,
wise.
I think yeah,
Actually,
both
but you
Ollie
did
and
have a
Blake,
race strategy.
yeah, Ollie and Blake, yeah, probably had much better strategies than us.
Yeah.
Then fourth was Luke Smith. Fifth was Warren
Warren, he was, oh,
Warren Rolfe. Yeah, he had a great run. Like he almost caught Smitty there.
yeah, he was,
And sixth was me.
yeah. Warren's, yeah, obviously incredibly strong on the trails. I think he does a lot of it though.
Mm. Yeah, I think he's got
Lockie's talks
a lot of
about like
experience.
how
Yeah.
crazy it is when they go out on the trails and even Lockie was saying today, it's something you can practice to a point, but like there's guys that just commit to and can run like those technical sections with like heaps of courage and heaps of skill. Whereas
Yeah.
what Lockie was saying is basically like he doesn't know how much he could practice it to get like that much better. And then apparently people say like you just gotta like commit and like, but it's like I don't know.
Almost like skating. Like some
Yeah,
people are just psychos, and like it's the same thing. Some people just throw themselves down this crazy kind
crazy.
of cliff.
Joe's like, yeah, just little steps, little steps. I'm like, I don't know. But it's super impressive.
Yeah, yeah. And then in the women's, Beth McKenzie won by a fair bit. Then the second was Monica Grayling from New Zealand. Well, Beth McKenzie's from America. So America, New Zealand, and then Kate Cush from Australia. So very international podium on the women's side.
Yeah,
Then we also had the 30K, which was on the men's was won by Sean Murphy.
nice, Sean.
But
You
it's
dealt
worth
him out.
noting that the overall winner was actually on the women's side of things.
Yeah.
Melissa Houndschmidt, Hounds House Childish or something. I don't know.
Oh,
I
Dominic.
really shouldn't be reading out names. You know, I'm not great at
No, you're doing a
that.
good job. You're doing a
Sorry,
good
Melissa.
job.
And then second on the women's was Tia Bowl. In the men's was Louis Minetti. Um, then third was Kara Terelichku on the women's, and third in the men's was Duncan McKenney. Yeah, so that looked like a pretty good race as well.
Yeah. I think Isaac was saying that the first female was like a world-class triathlete.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Melissa Hausschmidt.
Yeah. So, um, really strong. You Googling?
Yes, House Child, House Child.
How
Okay,
are you going from House Schmidt to House Child?
I
Like,
don't know. I don't know.
that's
I'm just
not
making
even
stuff up.
close.
Yeah, well, yeah. No, she looks pretty good. Two-time half Ironman world champion.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
right.
that's quality.
Absolutely.
Yeah, makes sense. Geez, yeah, it'd be interesting to see how she goes on the trails.
Yeah. And also Sean as well. He's just getting started, I think, now
And she
getting
used
coached by
to,
Matt Gore. Yep.
she ran the steeple as well. She got silver at the Commonwealth Games.
Really?
Yeah, 2006 in the
Wow.
steeplechase.
That's incredible.
Yeah, she's a boss. Yeah,
Yeah, keen to see how Sean goes as well, because he's just started his journey on the trails. I think he's pretty keen for it. So be interesting to see how he goes after, I don't know, a good stint under the Matt Gore program. So be good. Yeah, I wonder what Matt's like on the. I'm really curious what Matt's like on the technical stuff.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. I reckon he'd be all right. He's done like a lot of hiking and like 100 milers and all that sort of stuff. So he's had plenty of time doing that sort of stuff. I imagine he wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah. Did I tell you? I can't remember if I mentioned when I went on a long run with Matt and Al Alistair from Delta, guy that does orienteering. Yeah, there was like a little section around Centennial with like stairs and a bit of trail. And I was like, as soon as we got there, they just like were gone. And I was like, "Wait, how do you run that fast? Like on, I don't know. It was just one of those moments again where you're like, what? And then like there would be no more trail, and I like catch up back up to them, and then there'd be a bit more trail, and then they're gone. Like they're just gone again, and I'm like, my legs don't move. They don't move that fast on that stuff.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, maybe if we do something like Tarawera Dom, there's no. Actually, you're probably good at that as well.
Tarawera.
No. As in like you're not bad on like
Oh,
how do you go on
okay,
the
but like I don't think I've really done well in a really technical kind of race.
okay.
Like Bondi to Manly's not technical.
Yeah.
Although UTA, I got fifth, but that was the year they changed it so it
No,
wasn't
no,
very
no, 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 it's all right. We don't worry about that. You got fifth.
but it wasn't very technical either. Um, what else? The track stuff is not technical. Buffalo, I didn't do amazing. I came like seventh. Um, and even that's not like it's all fire trail pretty much. Then Lavarito overseas, like I came like 50th. It's not great.
Lavarito was super technical, or
It's very technical, yeah. Um, yeah, so haven't really had any good races in hard kind of trails.
yeah, okay.
Mm.
Your favorite stuff, the fire trail,
Yeah, fire trails are good.
running hard downhill.
I like the technical stuff. Like it's fun to kind of it's like another skill you have to work on, and it's not like you're too tired. It's more just thinking about, okay, how do I approach this? Like, what's the best line to take? Um, yeah, where's my foot going to go next, sort of thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind going out with you and or and someone that enjoys it and be like, okay, like,
You can't.
like,
It's like I don't know though. There's no way to teach it though. You kind of just have to
or just
put
like
yourself down it.
observe what like,
It does help when you've got someone like ahead of you and you can see, okay, like they've taken this way around this section. I'm going to do the same thing, or you can see,
yeah.
okay, that didn't work very well. I'm going to try something different.
But
Um,
also when I was there all alone, like if I wasn't with anyone, so I was probably in my head, I was like, I'm going pretty, like I'm going okay. You probably shouldn't be. Surely people don't run
true.
fast through here. But
Yeah,
then
yeah,
when Ollie when he passed, I was like, oh my God, how fast is he running through here? And then I was like,
yeah,
how much time did I lose on the stuff that's not this bad?
yeah. I thought I was going good. Like,
Yeah, literally. Yeah, no way those guys will catch me. No way.
yeah,
Um, yeah, so it'd be interesting. Like, I would have loved to have seen how fast Joey was moving through that stuff.
yeah.
But I don't think it would have been that much faster than that guy. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
But it was cool, super impressive, and just something different. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Thanks, Alex, for pushing me to do it.
yeah. So Tarawiri, you reckon
Oh, I don't know, man. I reckon it would be
50K or
50. Yeah, definitely not the 100. The
not going
50K
to
would
get
be
talked into 100?
well, I mean, I'm pretty easy to be peer pressured into doing things, but the way I felt at like 45K to have to go another like to go so much further. Obviously, you're going to do it much slower.
Yeah.
And even I was talking to
So
Warren was
I feel
saying,
like,
no, 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 you don't pace it like yeah, but
yeah, I feel like 50K and under is pretty good. You still get to like run it properly,
yeah,
and really kind of like push yourself. Whereas like, yeah, over 100K, it's still good and you still push yourself in a different way, but it's like just getting through the distance a lot more.
yeah. Now, put in perspective, your run at UTA, you ran what you ran like in the um or
Dolphin Pro
no, like what was your time? We were saying, oh
at,
yeah, in the 100, you ran like two. What was your final
oh
time in
yeah,
the 100?
and 8:45, but that
That's
was on the easy course.
okay. I'm just thinking like you ran two times.
But there wasn't that much more elevation. I think it was like 2,500 maybe.
Okay, that's pretty impressive, no?
Yeah, maybe it was 2,200, but yeah, it was a lot more like runnable. Or yeah, pretty much. It was only the last like 20K that was actually hard.
So you got through 80K, being like, or you mean technical, or
Yeah, oh, it was just like stairs up and down stairs the whole way for 20Ks.
yeah. Do you have a strategy with the stairs? Like, I have my hands on my knees and like just like it was like I was wading through water.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of annoying because you got all the people in the way and stuff like that as well. But um usually I try and like run like I don't know 10 stairs and then walk 10 stairs or come up with some sort of um game or goal in my head that I can kind of tick off.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Right. Noted for next time.
Yeah.
Would you do something like Tarawera? What would be?
Yeah, Tarawera could be fun.
Yeah, that's
Um,
in
New Zealand,
that's like
February.
early Feb. So
Yeah. Kind of annoying, like having to train through the summer though.
yeah, and you really gotta. I
But
wonder if you could do like if I was gonna do a marathon in what's it called in
Gold
like
Coast
late April. Nah,
or late April.
Ballarat maybe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Ballarat. I think that's kind of the plan now.
Okay.
Um, so late April, I don't know, it'd be hard to then switch because you could still do good marathon training, and then do a more specific block after Tarawera, like get a lot of strength, build strength, volume, and stuff like that. Do Tarawera, and then maybe come home and target. But it might be a quick turnaround.
Hmm.
Anyway, that's
Yeah,
next year's problem.
it might work. Be interesting to see how long between and
Yeah, there's a lot of time now for me to like change my mind. So if I
true.
focus on just doing another marathon next year,
Yeah.
um, then we can go from there. What are
I
you
feel like
thinking for next? Yeah, sorry.
I'm a bit over the trail stuff, bit over the marathon.
Yeah, you were saying
Just
track. No,
track,
just fast stuff.
track. Yeah, running fast. Like I think keen to kind of just run a 5K PB.
Yeah, nice.
And yeah, maybe try and do a 10K as well or something.
Okay, so you're thinking get fit for like,
Just, yeah, I want to be like strong and fast. Like yeah,
yeah, stay strong, stay fast. Yeah.
yeah, with the Chiefs.
Yeah. So obviously there's nothing until till state five, right?
Well, there's the 3K in November.
Oh yeah.
I'm signed up for this last man standing event, but I think I might pull out.
What's that event?
It's like every hour on the hour you run this loop and then you go again.
How'd you get
So,
signed? Where'd you find that one?
oh, there was 10 grand prize money, and I was like, oh, that sounds exciting. Um,
Wait, this is not, oh, that's not,
not
sounds
no,
very
it's
much like
different.
Backyard Ultra.
Yeah, backyard ultra, but this one's like it's super hilly as well. So it's only like a 3K loop or a 4K loop.
All right, okay.
But like, yeah, you have to run up this hill or like climb up this hill.
It's
Um,
not out 180 cadence.
no, it's like down in Victoria, this one.
Right, okay. Because I was going to say 180 cadence of putting on the Backyard Ultra with same prize money, isn't it?
Yeah, same price money. Yeah.
That'd be good. Nice, Alex.
But I don't know.
Yeah,
Um,
that's
I think that just doing things for money maybe isn't the smartest.
you would you have to like absolutely bury yourself
Yeah, exactly. You'd
on
have to
something like that, and it's like
completely write yourself off as well. Like that'd probably be the whole summer gone.
imagine how you
Um,
feel after that.
yeah.
I mean, if something like you that excites you and like, okay, I want to
Yeah.
give this a crack, and but if it's something you're like, oh, I like the potential of winning the prize money,
I think
it's
I'm more just
probably
thinking about the money.
if you're not like G'd up for like, oh, I want to train for this and this
Yeah.
excites me and stuff like that, you're not gonna have the headspace to be like, I'm going to the well. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
True. Yeah.
But mate, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. But it would be interesting, like, to see how you go. But
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, it just seems like
Okay.
I'd rather just start focusing on the track. Like I've done enough long sort of stuff, and I feel like I'd be a bit directionless until this thing's over.
Yeah, okay.
Um, yeah, so I feel like it's kind of just maybe just scrap all the plans and put a new target out there.
Yeah. Are you thinking about another marathon next year? Well, that's too far away, I guess. But like,
Yeah, yeah. I think I'd like to just focus on the track for, but Gold Coast
sounds like
Marathon.
stern words. Like, I'd like to not, sort of.
Well,
Sorry, too many things out there at the moment. I'd like to focus on the track.
what about a marathon?
Yeah.
The Gold Coast Marathon.
No. I'm thinking like obviously the track's track, and then I'm thinking down the down the track. Anyway, nah, focus on
Yeah, Gold
track, go
Coast Marathon.
fast.
Had
Gold
a
Coast.
fantastic time. There's really good like culture up there. So
We're
would
going
love
back to
get back up.
Cavalab.
Yeah.
We're gonna bring more people out in Cavalab. I don't think the running community really took full advantage of that.
Yeah. Even like maybe the half marathon. I haven't done a half marathon in a while, or like targeted one.
Yeah.
But
What's
yeah.
your PB, Tom?
72:29. Yeah, you got me.
That's the only one.
Yeah.
That's the only one. Yeah, but that'd be good to see you like if you'd go the half, you'd try and tack away at 70. Go on, Dom.
Sub 70. Yeah, that'd be pretty
Yeah,
cool. Like
that'd be awesome.
that's a pretty big milestone.
Yep.
Sub 70. Could get excited about that.
Alex Shaw ran 69:30 or 69:25 today.
Quick. Very quick.
Pretty good. Pretty good stuff.
Yep.
Matt Ho back from injury, 71:30, I think.
Oh, no way. Jeez.
Yeah. Just I think he was he had heaps like 2 months off after Canberra, and then he comes back to Gore Hill, and it's like he's never like his fitness is just still there.
Yeah,
It's
he's
insane.
young, yeah.
Yeah, anyway. What do you reckon, Dom? Should we cut ourselves off or
Yeah, I think could start dawdling around too much.
this is probably
It's good chat, like I enjoy it, but I
this is
know
good
everyone wants to
chat.
listen to this.
Yeah. I think we need to get back in the groove because this one was kind of like, oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah,
It was a bit.
Just a bit of a rangefinder. Yeah.
All right. Well, good race. Really enjoyed that experience. Great to run with you, Dom. Great to pass you anyway.
Would you now call yourself a trail runner?
No.
Like introduce yourself. I'm Luke Smith. I'm a trail runner.
No.
If someone says, "Are there any trail runners out there?" You put your hand up.
I'll be saying that as if like you're on the train. Are there any trail runners?
It's an emergency.
It's like, oh, that's me. Just hold up my like torn apart vapor flies. Dude, they copped a beating. The whole bottom of the shoe just was ripped. Yeah, any trail runners out there? Anyway, good experience.
Yeah, great race. Well done. Well done. 180 cadence.
Well done. Yeah, great event. Well done. I think they got big things coming. Like they're only just gonna keep refining the events and making them bigger and better. So it was good. But yeah, Dominic, for now, stay strong
and stay fast.
All right. Thank you.
Rightio. See you later, Big Chief.